Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Burning Metal. I am your host, Tom. Tonight we're going to try to get to this Beyond EDC Night Horse, a very interesting budget banger, perhaps the best budget banger I've seen for the year 2023. I keep getting plagued with little annoyances. I've been trying to record this and cover this knife, but Satan keeps falling down and not cooperating with me, so we had to take him down off his TV and get him under control. Can't let that little bastard devil get in our way. But let's dive right into it. The Dirk Pinkerton design Night Horse. This is a Navaja style knife. Navajas are large Spanish fighting knives, and this is a Smokey Mountain Knives Works exclusive. Kudos to you guys for your marketing. Knives, real American tradition. Brilliant, love that. Unfortunately, my dog stomped on it when she jumped up on the couch when I was opening this package. So, and once I stick it to something, we'll smooth out those wrinkles. But let's get a nice close-up look at this blade. A 4.5-inch satin finish. Very interesting blade geometry and shape. Really big belly and a really steep sweep up to that point. I guess you could call this a clip point. Not too bad. Limited marking. Of course, this is the Beyond EDC logo up there on the blade, along with the Sandvik 14C28N blade steel. This is the NH001, the Night Horse. Look at the lovely contour and grip. Really well done G10 handle scales. That horned handle style, typical of your Navaja style blades. Nice cutout, easy to get in, and drop shut like a dream. Great jimping, something I've really come to love from Dirk Pinkerton and his designs. His execution of jimping is always done masterfully. Interesting little amounts of jimping on the G10, butting up with the liners, so well done on that. Good pocket clip, deep carry, a little bit of an angle, given the substantial size of this knife. So 4.5 on the blade itself and 5.5 on the handle, overall 10 inches. This really lends well to cargo style pants. Some jeans, it may poke out a little bit and not rest all the way down. It bottoms out. But launch is open, thumb stud deployment only. Can't complain about that. It's good to see just a good old-fashioned thumb stud on a blade. So, well, great choice for that. We'll say that. And again, centered, drop shut like a dream. And the amazing thing about this is this knife comes to us for $29.95 or $29.99. Let's look at it here. One thing I don't have, because they're not telling us, and I don't have a scale handy, is the weight of this, but it does have some weight relief in those liners, and it is very nimble and good and light feeling in the hand, giving it substantial size. They're just basically telling us, blade length 4.5, closed 5.5, overall 10. They're calling it a clip point, G10 handle scales, of course, 14C28N, stainless steel, great steel. As of late, it's funny, Kershaw used Sandvik to a very good effect for many years, and then there was a point in time where people kind of started poo-pooing on the old Sandvik steel, but it's kind of making a resurgence because, on that budget end, it's a great steel for edge retention, stain resistance, and it is fairly easy to sharpen, and you can get it razor sharp and it'll hold that edge for quite some time. So it's interesting to see, Sandvik making a resurgence and some people charging a premium price to have that Sandvik steel. Then there's companies that are offering a Sandvik steel blade at an amazing price like this, $29.95. Thus far in 2023, this is the budget banger of the year, the budget knife to beat. Not quite too sure when this was released or how long it's been available. I think it first came to my attention. I think it was B's Blades covered this, and someone sent it to him, and as soon as I looked at it, man, I had to hop right onto Smoky Mountain Knife Works and order me one of these little beasts, because it is a hell of a blade, and I am thoroughly impressed. Great fit and finish, execution of design, ergonomics, weight, everything is fantastic. So let's give a little size comparison so you can see how substantial this blade actually is. Everybody knows a Civivi Elementum coming to us in some sort of wood. Forget the type of wood that is, but small, discreet little, this isn't a knife that you're going to pull out and shock anybody with. Nobody's going to, raise their eyebrows or look at you dirty. They may, who knows. Some people don't like knives at all. But a blade like this may raise an eyebrow or two, and, I don't mind it. I prefer unique designs. I like a little bit larger pocket knife. At the end of the day, I have small to medium-ish hands, and a blade this size fits perfectly. I can get 4 fingers around it, but there's nothing wrong with having a little extra real estate to work with and be able to have different points to choke up and different ways to utilize the ergonomics of your blade. So don't mind carrying some big blades. Speaking of which, let's take a little look at an offering Kershaw did a few years back. They did some Navaja style knives themselves, and they had the Strata XL. I happen to have the Strata XL, and in comparison, ooh, that is a big boy. Definitely a little more girth and substance on the Strata XL in comparison with the Night Horse. But this came at a much higher price, I believe. Still an angled, really deep pocket carry clip. This is very large, only fits into cargo pants, well, without bottoming out and sticking up. So not something I'm going to carry with jeans. I've used this quite a bit for like barbecuing outside, some food prep. Yeah, the D2s took it on some stains. I may have neglected to clean and oil it up, and there was a copper cover on here that was just glued on. Not sure where that fell off or where it resides at this point in time. Overall, not bad. Fit and finish is not as good as this Night Horse, and of course the pricing point was nowhere near, I believe, the value that you get with this knife here in particular. So that'll give you a little idea in terms of size comparison. I'll have to dig out and find my scales so I can tell you guys the weight of these knives if you're interested in me doing that. Bear with me, I'm working out the format here. Usually I like to pair these with some whiskey, but that's a fine line and can get a little little hard to do. If you can have a couple sips and get into it and do the review, but there's a fine line between just having a little nip of whiskey and a little too much and not actually being able to speak coherently. So yeah, I'll work on it. We'll try to format this and get these done right. Still like my whiskey, still like pairing knives and whiskey and things I collect. So it's good to see these budget options out there, and it's good to see the multi-tiered approach offering a more premium upscaled version of something and then a more affordable budget version of it. Everybody's got their own financial constraints, and a lot of people can't afford fancy expensive knives. On occasion I do and will purchase a more expensive knife, but that brings with its own problems. You don't want to ever lose a knife, but it can and will happen. And you don't want to damage or break a expensive blade. Now, I've never really done too much damage to a folding knife. I've got big fixed blades that I've used quite heavily, a lot of Ontarios and K-bars and some cold steels, and never abused them to the point where you can't repair the edge or resharpen it. But with that said, it's nice to have all these great budget options that are out there in this day and age, because you can carry these knives on a daily basis and not have to stress or worry about losing or damaging a really expensive knife. And hey, if your budget provides for it and that's what you like to do, great. But my primary focus with this going forward is to really focus on these budget options and maybe some mid-tier options. Don't think I'll ever get into that top tier. Who knows what will happen and where this will go. But as of right now, I'll say I'm just going to try to keep this on the budget-friendly side. So if you like this, give me a like, subscribe, give me some comments, feedback, let me know. Hope y'all are having a nice day. Take care.